Comments for Brenda? Interested in any of your thoughts?
It might be because I'm sitting directly behind Jeff and I probably should have moved, but I felt like your pattern was a little bit low, especially just mainly in the beginning. That was a big thing, because like, it's probably just because of how I'm lined up with Jeff right now.
No, Joey, I agree. And a lot of times I'll do this throughout the semester because I just want to make sure that I'm just not seeing things that I see, but that is shared with the ensemble. I think you were a bit low, okay? And you know, because you're not very tall, that's something that, yeah, but you don't want to be on top of that low, right? If you came in front of symphonic band, the horn players in the back are going to go crazy. Like, I can't see anything, okay? Anything else, you guys? It's going to seem kind of silly, Brenda, but anybody else find that bracelet distracting? Don't destroy it or anything. At least let them answer first. If the answer is no, it's maybe I'm overthinking this kind of thing. But it's like it has a little, you know.
Yeah, Lefty takes off his watch every time, so.
He takes off his watch?
Everything.
You know what's funny about taking off your watch? I stopped buying watches because I kept taking my watch off to conduct and losing them. I left them on pianos for years, and then cell phones came along, frankly, and I don't need a watch, and so I went, that's what I'm going to do, just because I kept leaving watches everywhere. There was a band director in Florida that I taught with named Melissa Robery. And Melissa was a good friend. Melissa was one of those people that she had a ton of flair. She had flair everywhere. She had like 13 rings on. I don't know how you do that with 10 fingers, but she had 13 rings. She had 9. She had those bracelets that have like the little Monopoly puppy dog on it and 19 other things and a lucky horseshoe. And she had those nails that cost a lot of money. And she had stuff everywhere. And I used to kid with her all the time. I don't know how your band doesn't go crazy. Like, all you need is a disco ball hanging from your left hand to be, that's the only thing that could make it any more distracting. And she's a principal now, so maybe that's what, she couldn't afford her flair and a band director's salary. So you're not remotely near that, but that's why I sort of asked them. It didn't seem to bother them, but.
It would bug me.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you got it tucked away. All right. Musically, did you get what you wanted?
Kind of.
Kind of, I think.
I didn't ask for much.
Yeah, well, then that's okay. One of the great things that I'll hope for you is that we get beyond, and I'm going to keep using this 90% kind of thing. Those of you that know Dr. Steele a little bit better than others know that Dr. Steele has a 90% law. It's actually on his desk framed in Latin because Da Vinci said the same thing. And Da Vinci said in 90% of men in their entire lives will produce nothing more than excrement. And there's a sad state of affairs in that music teachers, pretty applicable. Music teachers out in the world right now, there's so many frauds. So it's about 26 of you guys, or so. That means that what? 2.6 of you will be not total frauds if the 90% rule applies. So which 2.6 of you are going to be the good ones, and the 23.4% are going to be the 23.4 of you are going to be total frauds? I don't think that applies. I think all 26 of you are going to be in the 10%. The other 90% come from northern and eastern and southern and western. That's my philosophy. But we'll see. The 90% thing is risky. The 90%, no matter what, guys, if it's Link Trapozzi or Robert W. Smith or Baccarat, 90% of conductors go up on the box, and they're thinking in terms of patterns, and trying not to make any mistakes, and then checking to see if the students played all the right notes. There's got to be more to conducting than that. Floor, door, window, ceiling, and did the students play the right note at the right time? There's got to be more to conducting to that, and there is. And the first step in that is studying your score enough, knowing your excerpt well enough to have a blueprint in your mind that's like a projection, it's like the Princess Leia hologram above your forehead of what you are trying to manifest. What is it supposed to sound like? Bob Reynolds, again, I'll bring him up, he said we have to exist in 3 places in rehearsal. I think I said this once before, but I'll probably say it 9 more times, because I've never heard anybody say anything more true. We have to be projecting ahead all the time. We have to be listening to what just happened and deciding whether we can stop and address something. And of course, we need to be present in the moment. I wasn't present in the moment with Granger in the Colonial song, and it bit me. Right? In rehearsal, we have to be in those 3 places. Again, Mr. Reynolds says he's learned how to turn off the listen back during concerts because it doesn't matter. But that projecting ahead depends upon the fact that we've done enough study that we're comparing what we're doing right now to what we hope we're doing. And you can start building that skill set right now with what you're doing in the studio. You know, one of the big weaknesses in our studio teacher and player relationship in universities right now is that we kind of come in with something loaded up and then we wait for the teacher to tell us whether it was any good or not. Hopefully your studio teacher experience, and a lot of you, I'm sure it's much more than that. But it can be just that. Like you come in and you play and you look at the teacher and go, did I do good? Yes, I did. Okay, give me a cookie. Yay. When you're much smarter than that. You're much better musicians than that. And so challenge yourself to study your assignments. Hopefully you get to play some great repertoire and you're preparing for your jury. Challenge yourself to study it enough. Listen to 10 different recordings. Look at your piano accompaniment and part. And develop in your mind the blueprint of the great performance that you're hoping to have. And that's a building block to being able to do that with a 12-stave ensemble score. And I bet you get better results in your personal playing too, real fast. Okay? So I don't know if it's a real fair answer right now, Brendan. We're going to work on it, you know, between now and the rest of your career. I'm going to keep working on it as long as I have an opportunity to do it. Okay? So take a deep breath once more. Megan, I think we'll squeeze you in. Oh, Tony's going. All right, Tony's ready.